Welcome to another video. And as usual, before I get started, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe if you're new to this content. And to my current subscribers, I appreciate you guys joining us. Hey, let's just get right to it. So the Safemoon price right now is 30169. Bitcoin is at 29,000. And Safemoon is continuing to evolve. Safemoon website is looking amazing. Talking about Web3, dealing with different NFTs and different type of newer technologies that are actually available today that they can go ahead and use the proper application to go ahead and leverage, to go ahead and scale. Safemoon right now at the price of 30169. For those of you that are watching this video for the first time, all I can tell you is that even though none of this stuff is financial, I can honestly tell you, it would not hurt to go ahead and get at least 1 million tokens. 1 million tokens, guys, is actually a lot of tokens. For some of us, 1 million tokens may not seem a lot. But let's say, for example, you have 1 million shares of a particular, for a particular company, let's say Tesla, 1 million shares of Tesla, and Tesla is what the price is today. You know, you'll probably retire, there'll be generational wealth for your family. And crypto token is that digital currency as long as you find the right particular token. In particular, like Safemoon and all the other blue chips that I always mention in all of my video, 1 million tokens. Even let's say, hey, get a minimum of 2 million tokens. Guys, that is a lot of tokens. At 10,000% of a penny, and if you will go ahead and say, hold that token, let's say if you have a grandchild or you have a young child and you say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and hold this token for the next 18 years. By the time my child goes ahead and finish high school, and that's going to go ahead and get to take care of them in their college years. That will be one of the investments of a lifetime. Yes, we put money away in 401ks or any type of retirement funds, cash deposits, and get a nice rate of return on a monthly dividend or whatever from with your CDs. Most of us invest in stocks and hope that we'll go ahead and get a nice return. But if you will go ahead and put 2 million Safemoon tokens on hold for 18 years, that will be a 401k times cubes over and over. It will be the exponential growth. It will be one of those wallets to be talked of for a lifetime because they'll think that the person who actually owned this wallet does not exist on this earth anymore. And meanwhile, that will be a token. So for those of you who are serious about doing that long-term investment, you know, you can have a bag for Safemoon. Let's say you have a 8 million bag size of Safemoon, and you want to go ahead and say, you know what, I have a grandchild and child just born, or I'm going to go ahead and log this bag away for my retirement. You go ahead and just get 2 million tokens of Safemoon. Lock it away. Let it be a long-term investment that's running side by side with your 401k. Let's say you're gonna retire in about 10, 15 years. You know that when you do go ahead and start to take money or your retirement start to kick in, and let's say for those of you here in the United States, then you have your Social Security, you then look back at your Safemoon bag and you say to yourself, wow, I can tell you, if Safemoon goes ahead and play their cards right and all of the products go ahead and you have 2 million tokens, let's say Safemoon, by the time you retire, Safemoon is at, let's say, $3, $2.75, or even $15. You know, and you made a commitment not to touch that, you will have a very, very happy retirement. That's all I can tell you. It will be one of those retirements that, you know, you'll be looking forward to, and you can gracefully retire knowing that you'll be getting monies from your retirement fund, let's say your Social Security, as well as Safemoon. So again, none of this is financial, as well as you can either go ahead and buy Safemoon for each one of your grandkids. You say, you know what, I'm going to give 10,000 Safemoon for each one of my grandkids, because it's very, very cheap right now. It's very, very cheap to get, say, 10,000 tokens for each one of your grandkids or your brother or sister or just for yourself. This is how you invest. And then you can have your more aggressive swing trade bag where you can go ahead and make money today. Now, this is the long-term approach when it comes to investing. You do not live for today and want your token to go ahead and run up and say, hey, I want to go ahead and be a millionaire, let's say in the next 6-7 months. Yes, we all do. And that's why people play these massive lotteries, which has the odds that is almost ridiculous and almost next to impossible to win. But again, somebody's going to win. So none of this is financial. Have separate bags put aside, short-term, mid-term, and extremely long-term, where you know your investment is going to pan out as time go on. And this is what most athletes do, or what their agents do. They get them involved with different financial companies that after these athletes are done playing their professional career, they might be able to spend out the early stages of their funds, but the remaining of their long-term investments doesn't kick in until they get to the later part of their life. And that is the way you do it when you come to investing. So we know what Safemoon is doing. For those of you that are not aware what Safemoon is doing, Safemoon is going to be launching a centralized exchange in winter of 2023, the later part of this year. Hey, plus or minus, it could be delayed maybe a few days. As we approach the later part of the year, look for marketing to be happening on the Safemoon side. There's going to be a ramped up of communication coming from the Safemoon community in reference to the actual launch date of that centralized exchange. The blockchain would most likely follow in suit either slightly before or could be up to a few months afterwards. We're going to be burning the supplies exponentially. Right now, we have approximately 558 billion in the circulating supply. Guys, that's actually really not a lot of tokens. And if we get a lot of consistent volume, that supply is actually going to be burned down. Yes, we have a percentage over on the different bridges, different blockchains of Poly, and they allocate so much for those different platforms as well. All of that will start to erode and actually burn down. And you guys do know supply versus demand. As the supply goes up, the demand gets greater and greater, and the price of Safemoon is actually going to climb. We see what happened with Bitcoin. There's a finite 21 million tokens that's not gonna, is actually eroding as they go ahead and approach what is known as the Bitcoin halving. That all comes down to just pure mathematics. And you don't have to be a mathematic genius to know that as the supply decreases, the demand goes up. Now, the day when that centralized exchange does in fact launches, a lot of people are going to be late to the party, but a lot of them still going to make money. And this is the reason why we need to get the word out for a lot of those persons that are financially challenged, that want to, get into something that's actually going to be rewarding in the end. If I had known about, just say BNB or Binance launching that centralized exchange, of course I was not going to be aware, but let's say if I was aware that Binance was launching the exchange, I would have doubled down on that centralized exchange. So this is your second chance to go ahead and get in on something that's actually going to be fruitful, rewarding for you, your family, and for those persons in the future who are going to look up to you as one of the most wisest person in your family, as being that basically the best investor, hands down. And that is going to be the thing that your name will live on as time goes on. Now, you can put it for, let's say you want it for your kids' retirement fund when they retire. Let's say, hey, you will get this fund when you get, I'll give you intervals of your bag. Let's say when you get 30, when you get 50, and the remaining will pay out as time goes on. This is how you do the long-term investment. This is how my family did it. We have monies that come in at a certain time of our lives where you don't get a lump sum, and because you never know, things happen, and you go ahead and use that funds. But now we look forward to funds coming in later in life. So those of you, like, share, subscribe, because Safemoon is going to be that investment. Now, I don't want everybody to go crazy and just start taking your entire paycheck and start buying Safemoon. No, guys, at the end of the day, take care of the bottom line. Take care of all of your other bills, because none of this is financial. Even though this is an investment that you need to get in and make sure you get enough that you can go ahead and invest in, so you can go ahead and see the rewards of the funds that you put in. But make sure you have a stake in Safemoon, because Safemoon is going to be one of those that is going to be like Ethereum. If you had gotten into Ethereum when it's at the lower price, to see what Ethereum is today, it's the adoption that gets it to that point. With the adoption and the use case, for example, with centralized exchange, you are exchanging money. That is the use case. People would now see the value of the product, and they will feel comfortable using it. And that's why I keep saying that the user experience with the Safemoon exchange is going to be paramount. As long as people are comfortable using the exchange, they're going to tell people to go ahead and use it. This is how it was with me when I used Binance, Coinbase, etc. KuCoin, Kraken, and the list goes on. The ease of use is really important, and I believe that if you can have the non-technical people be able to use the centralized exchange easily and be able to recommend other non-technical people, that's a great big win for everybody. So hope you guys hear me out on that be ready for when the time comes to be able to allocate as much funds, because the prices that we see now, August of next year might be 3-4 times the price. And to some people that might be a bargain. They might say, hey, that is a bargain price. I'm going to go ahead and get Safemoon at 208. That's great. Or Safemoon is now at, let's say, 25 cents. That's 25 cents. I can go ahead and, believe it or not, we know what the price was, but to them that's going to be a bargain. And that's why you guys need to hold. If you can just hold to, let's say, 80 cents, 90 cents, $1.15, and don't panic. If you want to take a portion of your bag, yeah, you can do that. But the longer you hold, the more money you're going to make. So hope you guys enjoy what I'm saying there. So let's talk about BBTF for a minute here. BBTF, one, lower their buys and sell percentage down to 10%, all right, from 16%. And that funds actually is divided up equally on where the funds is actually going to go ahead and help on different projects. In addition, there's a portion going to go to, I guess, the liquidity as well. In addition to that, they did mention in the AMA about going on PancakeSwap. Well, in fact, they now are on PancakeSwap. You can now access it. You can use your MetaMask wallet, and you can go ahead and interact with BBTF on there. And this is why it's important to expand your business. BBTF now is going to be able to reach an even more broader audience compared to Safemoon. Even though we have 700,000, a lot of people buy tokens on PancakeSwap using different wallets. Let's say MetaMask, they can swap back and forth. And I think that's actually going to be really rewarding to them as well. And, it's not a bad sign or a bad look that they're stepping away from Safemoon. They are not stepping away, guys. They're spreading their wings. And this is how you build a company. You have to constantly push the envelope to go ahead and actually build a company, okay? By reaching out to an even more broader audience, they're going to get volume. And that's why you need to invest in BBTF. I'll put something on BBTF because as they go ahead, as time go on, the prices continue going to go ahead and climb. There's going to be more and more green candles. We are not even in the bull run, and the BBF chart is looking amazing. All right, so keep that in mind. See what they're doing. Pay attention to the Safemoon partners that are continuously reaching out, having AMAs with the Safemoon community that are willing to be able to communicate. I am that person as an investor. If you're willing to share your project and communicate with the Safemoon community to let me know what your project is doing, and if you are enthusiastic about your project, I can then become a believer. And those are the signs that I look for when I'm investing. If the CEO is not enthusiastic, if the team is not enthusiastic about the project, I'm not going to be enthusiastic about the project. If they are gradually leaving one by one and they're saying things about the project, but the company is not constantly rehashing and bringing in new people to go ahead and continue to innovate, I'm going to run for the hills. I look at every situation before I go ahead and put my money. And that's why I stuck with Safemoon. And this is what you guys need to do as well. So like, share, subscribe, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hey, in the links in my comment section, in my profile, go ahead and support the channel. This is how the channel is actually growing, guys. And until I see you guys again, you guys have a wonderful day and peace.